I know what your guilty pleasure is: real live drama on the screen. Rude Boy Tells All. Interview on Madam Low.
Before we start getting into videos and pictures and text, tell us what happened when you arrived at the house.
We didn't go to the house right away. So she was planning on flying out at midnight. So she has me meet her at this apartment complex where she's getting her hair done. So I'm sitting there while she's finishing getting her hair done. And then I'm like, okay, we're gonna go meet these dogs, get this underway. She's like, well, I need to go get my nails done. And I'm like, okay. So we then go to get her nails done, and then I'm like, and honestly, like at the end of each of these sessions, like when her hair was getting done, I felt some sort of way. So I got on my phone and walked outside and was like on the phone with somebody. And I would hear her say stuff like, "Oh, well, like I'll hit you up later. I'll pay you later. Like, let me try to send this. Like, oh, I thought this nigga was gonna pay for this shit." I already knew what was up, so I would just walk out and take a phone call. You know what I'm saying? An important phone call. Which I would just be calling people, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna get played out in a situation. Like I said, I went to go dog sit.
Yeah. And you guys were genuinely talking, so you genuinely had an interest there. I can tell from message and stuff. Okay. So all that happened, and then what?
And then she gets her nails finished, and then she goes gets her toes done and like a little mini massage. And then we then go back. She then tells me to order some things to eat because she said like she really doesn't have anything, which she did have some couple things, whatever.
Well, from the
And
video we're going
then
to show, there wasn't much in there, but we'll get there.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was like whatever, but then she like we get back to the apartment, okay, and then like it's like a big like dog gate in the center of the living room with the puppies all in it. And then like there was a couple piles of like, you know, dog feces. And
Dog
then
shit. Dog shit on the floor. Okay. Yeah, we'll get there.
yeah,
We'll get
you know,
we'll get there. Go ahead.
there was
Did it
like all
smell at
these
all?
cardboard
Did it smell at
boxes.
all? Did it smell at all since there was dog shit?
Actually, these dogs are hyperallergenic. So like there was mustiness on a couple of them because they needed to be shaved. They needed to be groomed.
No, I mean with shit on the floor,
So
did it smell in there?
she had these like wallflowers, so I think it was covering it up. So like
So she had wallflowers to cover up the shit.
it smelled like dog. It had that pungent dog smell, but like I wouldn't say it was like, you know, you could tell she like continually cleans up after these dogs, but this is a lot of stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Okay.
Except for the garage. The garage like literally made me gag. Like I was gagging when I cleaned that garage. Like
Wow.
literally, I was on the phone with Fat Vegan. I was like, I don't even know if I can continue to do this.
Why? Why were you gagging? Wait, why? I'm gonna show it, but why?
It was full of like, it was full of piss and like dog shit everywhere, like everywhere. Because she kept like six of the dogs in the garage, the grown ones, and like one little one called Easy. You know what I'm saying? So she kept them ones in there. She kept Vega and Poppy in the house and the puppies in the house.
So you were gagging while trying to clean up because of the smells and just how bad it was in the garage. And I have a
Yeah.
video. There is shit on the floor and things of that nature. Okay, so let's keep moving because we'll get to there. We'll get
But
to
that's
showing all
like
that. So
we fast forwarded at that point. So when I first get in there, she's like, okay, this is your room. Um, I need you to build this bed because nobody could build it for my mom, blah blah blah. So I had to like build the bed, which I did. And that was like, like I don't know where she got this bed, but I've never seen so many parts on a bed. And it was like very like kind of corkboardy, so like actual
was there any
structure was
furniture in
kind
the
of
house at all? We'll get there as well.
there was the two beds in her bedroom. There was a bed. There was the other bed in that guest bedroom that I built.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a bunny chair and her
Okay.
broadcasting room. But other than that, no.
There's nothing. There's no furniture in the house at all.
No, there was like nowhere to sit. I had to sit in the broadcasting chair. I have a picture of myself in the
I do have a.
broadcasting chair.
We'll show that. So in order for you to sit down in the house, you have to sit in the broadcasting chair. Were the beds? Why didn't you
Yeah.
sit on the beds? Were the beds on the grounds or were the beds on?
I was raised not to be sitting up on beds all day. So like
Were the
that's
beds on the
just a weird thing
floor?
with me.
Were the beds on the floor or there?
Originally the bed was on the floor, but I built the bed up so that it was all up and going. The bed in her room was like packed stuff full of stuff. Like I'm telling you, like I don't even know how she even got on that bed. There was like stuff full of stuff.
Okay. So what's going on while she's there with you guys? I know that. Let's keep it moving. So you built the bed, and
Okay,
then
I built
she
the
kicks
bed.
out.
So she then grabs this dog. She calls it Easy, and she's like,
Hmm.
I need to groom these dogs. I got 3 dogs to groom." And I'm like looking at her like she says things as like an insinuation, like she wants you to like do it. You know what I'm saying? Then she was like grooming Easy. She's like, "I'm not gonna have time." She's like, "Can you help me with the 2 white dogs?" I was like, "Sure." I was like, "Can you show me what to do at least?" And she really didn't. I'm like really like grooming these grown dogs. Like I'm not a dog groomer, you know what I mean? But you know, like they were really nice. Paris and what was the other one's name? Prada or something.
Hmm.
So I groomed those 2 dogs that night. She like then makes like this meatballs and macaroni and cheese and green beans and some cornbread, you know. But like, come to find out, my friend told me those meatballs are actually like from a freezer bag, so it wasn't like she made anything. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
then like after all that, like I literally went to get the hair done, nails done, all that stuff. She didn't feed me nothing, right? So then that's when I eat late at night. After I've already groomed 2 dogs, did all that, made the bed, all that, right? So then I
Hmm.
crash out. So then I wake up the next day and she's sending me texts throughout the night of like everything that I'm supposed to do. And there's like a series of texts like from 8 to 9, puppies go out, get fed, water. From like 10 to it's I don't remember exact times. I sent them all to you. But it's all like just list and list, and it just keeps coming these texts. I pass out because like I already did too much that day. So next morning, I wake up, I start doing the list. Dogs go out.
So she was
I
gone.
let
She was gone.
oh she left. She literally left. I was still grooming the white dog. And like she was like, "Can you help me shut this suitcase?" I was like, okay. She's like, "Yeah,
So what was
I'm
going
late.
through? I
My
mean, but
Uber's here."
what was going through your mind? I know y'all were talking. What was going through your
In
mind?
my
As,
mind, I was like, "Where's the dog food? What am I supposed to be doing?" She's like, "I'm gonna text you everything."
but you didn't come there for that. So one would say at that moment, why wouldn't you say, I didn't come here for this. I'm going to leave. Why stay and agree to do that?
Um, because I know that she's a flustered person. I figured like she would at least have the supplies ready.
Okay.
You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
So like I already knew she's like kind of delusional. Like
Well, no,
I'm,
you did say you cut. You
aren't we
did sorry.
all?
You did say you came to spend time, and then you did come to help dog sit because that's what she was implying at first. So that makes sense. My bad, I
That's what I
misspoke.
came. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I came for. Dog. I came to
Okay.
dog sit. So like,
Okay.
I wasn't like the thing is like I don't know about anybody else, but I finally like counted all the dogs, and there's 13 dogs, and like my thing is when she left, I didn't even know like all their names.
So wait, is this the
So
video that I'm about to show? Is this the video that I'm about to show now of the next day with the dog shit on the floor, and then you saying I'm about to eat and showing the inside of the apartment
that's
with
the
them
first
kettled in?
night. I left the next day. This all
Okay,
like transpired. I left the next day
this all
by
happened in
I
one
don't
day.
know.
So this video I'm about to show right now is about to show you with the first night cleaning up all the dog shit and everything and trying to follow the directions. Before we show it, tell us exactly what happened and you almost throwing up trying to clean up that garage.
The garage was the next morning because I left after the next morning. But yeah, when I opened that garage to let them, because she told me to leave them in there until the next day, they're fine. So I open the garage and I let the dogs out, and then there's one dog that's actually in a cage. Easy, the one that she
Mhm.
trimmed. She had put it actually in a cage in the garage. So I'm an animal lover, and like I don't know, the conditions were horrible to me. Um, that garage had no air conditioning, no ventilation, and she's also like doing things under the guise of doing things. I think she's doing too much, and she's like doesn't understand how she's endangering animals at this point.
So let's hold up, stay
But
right there, pause.
okay,
Let's show the video that you sent me. Let's show that video right now, and then we'll highlight and zoom in on where the dog shits on the floor and the conditions and the environment of all the dogs. Let's watch. Okay.
okay.
Now, if we look right here and we zoom in, we can actually see in front of the dog kennel, if I'm correct, that shit on the floor. Correct?
That is
Would that be
correct.
a fair statement? That
Yeah,
is
that
correct.
is
That's shit
correct.
on the floor, and that's all
Hmm.
the dogs. And was that the only feces that was on the floor? There's some in the front right there. Is that a big glob right there in front?
Yeah, there was like a glob and it looked like it had been smudged across. So I had already swept and like I had like that wasn't like able to be swept up. So like I had to like get the other broom to get that up because it was just too much for the inside broom, in my opinion. I didn't know how she used her inside broom, but before you mop, you got to get that all up. So
So these are the dogs that are in the kennel, and then the dogs that we saw in the beginning are the dogs.
those are the
Which ones
puppies.
are these?
Those
The
are the
puppies.
puppies right
Okay, and
there.
which ones are the ones?
And
Which ones are you?
that
And these ones.
Poppy,
Mhm.
that's Poppy right there, and that's
Is
Vega.
that the one that went missing that we're about to show?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. So this is the shit on the floor. These are all the ones in there. Okay, and this is the house that we're looking at right here. With you said there's no furniture. Here we go. Okay, in
I
this
built
room
that
right
bed.
here,
Yeah,
this
I
is the
built
bed you
that
built.
bed. Yes.
Okay, and then we're gonna go look at the rest. Okay, we're gonna look here. There's boxes. There's an island. There's a thing of water. There's some silverware, a pot. That's it. There's a little stuff there, and then okay,
Yeah.
we'll look at more in just a sec. We'll look at more in just a second. So there we saw. So you went in and tell us you went to go clean that garage and started almost throwing up and the smells and things.
Yeah.
What
Because
was
I
going
told
on
her
exactly?
originally, like, I have like bad gag reflexes. That's why I really don't have dogs. I like dogs, I appreciate them, but I personally don't, have any. I used to have some dogs, but it's a lot of work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So just thinking about it still makes me gag a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it was like brown, like when the pee turns brown, that means they kept peeing on it. It's just like pee on pee on pee. So like I literally like low key, like if I was like a nasty individual, I would have recorded it and played that Sarah McLachlan in the Arms of the Angel song in front of it, but I did not do those things because I'm not that person. So I don't have documentation. I just
Yeah,
sent
yeah.
her a picture of it clean, and she responds back, "You ate that," and put a
So
heart on it.
what he was showing right there, you guys, is he was showing the video of him cleaning that, like him the before and after of him cleaning that, and then him about to go get something to eat. This is when they were on good terms. So he did not record this to be malicious. But now since we're here
Yeah.
because of what we're about to talk about happened, that's why he's showing, the conditions that the dogs were in and the shit on the floor and piss and stuff like that. And I can't imagine the smells. So you clean that, you send that to her. She says you ate that, okay, and then let's fast forward and what's
Mhm.
going on.
Okay, so then she's like, I'm gonna give you a call once I check in, because apparently she was like at St. Thomas or somewhere in the Virgin Islands. Um, so she then calls me and she's like very like kind of gruff and like demanding and telling me I need to go rent a budget truck. And I'm like, and she's like, this is where Fat Vegan comes in, because like Fat Vegan actually calls me and I put her in as a three-way phone call.
Fat Vegan, did you
So
want to come up
like
here? Go ahead. Keep going though.
so she's demanding that I get this budget rental truck. And I'm telling her, like, look, I can't just go get this truck. Like, I'm not used to, like, I'm a vehicle owner. Like, I don't get Ubers all the time. Like, that's not
Well,
what I
why did
do.
she want you to get
Sorry.
the? Why did she want you to get the rental truck?
Well, apparently her landlord is unaware that she has any dog, not just 13, but she's supposed to have zero dogs. Zero. Not
Okay,
even Poppy is allowed there.
13
So
dogs. Yeah, I know it's 13. God damn. Okay,
I think
go
she
ahead.
sold maybe one or two. But so like Fat Vegan is a really good friend of mine in real life. We've been friends. We met on this app 4 years ago. Like, and we've been like best friends. You know what I'm saying? We
So,
both did
so,
puppetry on this app.
so Fat Vegan, how are you
So
involved in this at this moment? Yeah, let's.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
How are you involved in this at this moment? You guys get on a three-way call. She's trying to get you to get a U-Haul truck. How are you involved in this?
Well,
she
when
calls me
she kicked
on a phone call.
Tanner,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
when she kicked Bob out of her house, um he was very distraught because he didn't
Wait, but
know
we're
that
not
she
there.
had that.
We're not. Wait. We're not there to where he kicked her out. He kicked Bob out the house. He said that she wanted a U-Haul, and you guys got on a phone call, a three-way phone call about the U-Haul. So that's why I'm asking how you came in with that.
Because I then tell her to put her mom on the call, Madam Lowe. I told Madam Lowe to add her mother to the call because I'm like, look, you're drunk, you're acting weird, you're asking me to leave these dogs. I said, can you have your friend come then? If you really have a friend out here that's going to be doing this, can you have them come? We switch
Liz,
off,
y'all.
like,
Liz. That's why Liz came. So y'all filling in the gaps now. That's why
Yeah,
and
Liz got the
ask
yeah,
call.
Liz. Ask
Remember, y'all.
Liz. There
That's
was
why
no
Liz had them
dog food.
dogs.
There was
Okay, go
no
ahead.
dog food. Let's talk about that later. But
so that's why Liz came, because there was no dog food and no one there with the dogs, and the landlord was
no,
coming.
fat vegan. He wants you to talk about when you got in the phone call and listen to what Madam Lowe was saying with her mom on the phone.
Um, she just wanted you to get that truck, and you was just saying no, that she wasn't going to get the truck because you didn't want to put your card on file. And that's where she got angry with you and started yelling at you and calling you like out of your name and misgendering you and everything. And you were
She called
saying
me a
that you
white
didn't.
girl. Hold on, she called me a whole. She was like, "Okay, white girl, white girl."
Are any of these the ones you sent that are recorded, or the recorded ones that you sent me are after?
The recording ones are after.
Okay,
That's
so we'll
why
get there in
Fat
a second.
Vegan's here to verify this one. This is the initial like get out of my house phone call.
Okay, so then Fat Vegan got you an Uber because she was doing a lot and got you up and out of there.
Well, she was continually telling me to get out of her house. She said she was going to have Trade come and pull me out of her house. Excuse
Yes.
me.
And she
She
thought
even
you
also went live. Somebody sent me a copy of a live saying she was saying like she had niggas come and pull me out the house, which was not true. But you know what I'm saying? But Fat Vegan was on the phone with me, and Fat Vegan, she was like, I'm gonna get you an Uber. I'm gonna get you an Uber. And then Fat Vegan then came off mute and said, Bob, nah, fuck this shit. I'm gonna get you an Uber.
yeah, and got you an Uber and got you out of there. So
Yeah.
now, when she got you an Uber and got you out of there, and I'm about to start to play some videos and some stuff and some pictures in just a second, everybody. Something happened with one of the dogs that I'm about to show a photo in just a second. Do you want to tell us what exactly happened, which is what one of the main reasons why she went off on you in some of these recordings?
Okay, so, and with Madame Lowe, who the fuck knows what happened? But this is what I was told, that Poppy escaped from the backyard. She also says that I let him out, that I stole him, that I held him for ransom. So there's so many different like dialogues with this one. I don't know where to go with that.
So what I'm about to show right now is I'm about to show you got home and Madame Lowe was cursing you out. And we're about to play some of
Yes.
these recordings. We're about to, I have some more I have more photos that I didn't get to show yet. I'm about to play some of these recordings. And then also along with these recordings, I'm about to show the condition of the house. And Poppy got out and apparently the the pound got Poppy. And I have a photo of that. Correct, right?
Yes. Because she sent me proof that Poppy was in the pound. Because she's now like holding a bounty over my head and blackmailing me for $177.
170.
Look, I
100.
can't back up for this. $177. And I have text messages where she keeps emphasizing $177.
Okay, so let's start from hold up. Just a second, y'all. Ready for this gag right here. When we go over here, just in case, because we love a good receipt. Here's the garage. So this is, as you guys see, this is the before. This is the before with all the dogs and the shit and everything. And there's the poop on the floor, the dogs and all that.
I
And
had
there's the empty
already
garage.
like gathered up the boxes. I was showing her where I like low key already cleaned up in that part area too.
And this is
Because she
him
had
after having
boxes from everywhere.
this is him having to spray and clean out the garage, as y'all see
There's
with the
bleach.
smells.
If you zoom in on that one, you'll see like bleach bubbles. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like spick and span. Like I try to make it good for these dogs, you know?
This is oh my. Oh dear.
I felt sad for them. I didn't know what to do with them because there was not one collar or one leash.
Okay, now this is you in the chair. Now here's the other gag. This is you on the phone with her. Do you want to tell us what we're about to listen to?
Well, can we talk a little bit about the truck, the budget truck before we get into this?
Yeah, is there one? Is there one with the budget truck or?
No, so she wanted me to rent a budget truck, and she told me this is what really keyed me off. She told me Savannah had already done this for her. So I did a little research and I found out Savannah was in debt for a budget truck. And I'm like, not on my bill.
Wait a minute.
I got
Wait a minute.
I got three
Wait.
kids in college, okay?
Wait a
Like
minute.
I'm doing
Wait a minute. Wait a
I'm
minute.
doing
Wait a
something
minute. Wait a
different in
minute. Wait a minute.
life.
Wait a minute. 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 You can't just keep dropping bombs left and right. So she told you. She told you Savannah had done this for her. And also, I want to drop another bomb, y'all. Y'all remember how K9 was afraid, talking about he doesn't want to get beat up by a trans man? This was the trans man that K9 was talking about, but that will
I'm
come later on. We'll talk
screaming.
about that. That's a different
Mm-mm-mm.
story, y'all. This is the trans man that K9 was afraid of. Yeah. So Savannah's in debt. She told you Savannah did that for her and got the budget truck already.
Yes.
How do you know that she's in debt while doing your research?
Because I'm a social scientist. I research things. So when she said Savannah did this for me, all I did was write Savannah low budget truck in Google and it showed up. So Savannah's like I guess deeply in debt with budget because she had already done this for Low. And Low wanted me to not only this was okay, you can Google the day that I was there. I can actually look up the date and everything. It was one of the hottest days in Las Vegas. It was like 118 degrees. Okay.
They said
She
Savannah
wanted me
did.
to
They
put,
said Savannah did state on YouTube that she's in budget. I mean, she's in debt to budget for Madame Lowe. So they said Savannah stated it herself on YouTube. Yes, go ahead.
yeah, I'm not lying.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted me to put these dogs in the back of a hot ass truck little teeny puppies. Like, even though they're big dogs as dogs, they're still babies. In this hot truck, it was like 100, it had to be 125 in the back of that truck without a leash, without a collar, without me knowing all their names, and take them to a dog park
And
all by
avoid
myself.
just to be able to avoid the landlord who doesn't know that she has 13 dogs with shit and piss on the floor.
Yes. All right, you can go into whatever else. And I said no for that
Okay.
because that's inhumane. I wouldn't do that to anybody, anything.
Now here, before we even go to the recordings, because you here, if we look, here's this man has logged and tracked all of the messages between him and Lo. The transactions, the photos,
Yeah, she
the
tried to send me
Ubers,
$50 for the Uber. I sent it back to her and told her no, thank you. I was good. I
all of
mean,
it.
I have even more
All
text message.
of
I
the
have
messages.
more text messages than that. I have way more than that. But I started there because that's where it started to turn ugly.
All of it. Look, he's got it all. Look, there's the $50. Look, there's the list he was talking about. Quiet time in the morning at 5:45. The puppies in Vega go first. Put Vega. There's everything right there. Bitch, you left my dogs outside. Use a weird ass. I'm all of this.
Okay, so she demanded look, Zeus. If a
Mm-hmm.
woman, if anybody demands you leave their home and continues to demand it, what do? Do you just sit there? No, you
No, you
leave.
leave.
Exactly what they said. You know what I'm saying? So
So
I'm
what do
not,
you?
number one, if I would have left those dogs locked in that garage, they would have probably been dead. Because, like, there's no way they would have survived that. They would have waited 24 hours for Liz to get there.
So let's listen to this. Damn, that's horrible. So let's listen to this first recording that we have here. Is this the first day after when you guys on the phone and she's cursing you out?
This is when, like, because, like, I'm not, like, a person. I have means. So, like, I have assets. So, like, I got myself back because I had to get to Atlanta, get back to my Jeep. My family lives out there. I was actually out there helping my mom go through multiple surgeries, and she knew that. So, like, me helping her was like a tight squeeze, but my sister had come out. So, like, it all, like, kind of timed out, but still, like, if she had people already in Vegas, I don't know why she would have done this to me and even try to have me come out like that anyways. But yeah, this is when I got back to Atlanta.
And she's okay. Here we go. Let's listen.
You told me to leave. Your mom was on the phone. You told me to leave, Lo. You demanded that I leave your house. You demanded that I left your house. What was I supposed to do? You said leave everything as it is. Your friend is coming over. You told me leave everything as it is. Your friend's coming over. I had to spend like $500 to get a ticket out of there. You did all that motherfucking talk about what you want and will motherfucking do. My dog ended up in an animal shelter. That was not my fault. You said your friend was coming, Lo. Like, you know that I would never do nothing like that. So don't even lie on me. Like I motherfucking said, and bitch, you keep running your mouth on the internet, your children gonna be doxxed. You're gonna be doxxed.
So she's threatening to dox your children here. Let's rewind that. She's threatening to dox your children and everything else. Here, wait.
Let me leave everything as it is. Your friend's coming over. I had to spend like $500 to get a ticket out of there. You did all that motherfucking talk about what you want and will motherfucking do. And my dog ended up in an animal shelter. That was not my fault. You said your friend was coming, Lo. Like, you know that I would never do nothing like that. So don't even lie on me. Like I motherfucking said, and bitch, you keep running your mouth on the internet, your children gonna be doxxed. You're gonna be doxxed. Everybody going, your whole life. Your mama, your daddy, everybody. So it's best to leave it Then you shouldn't have left them. You shouldn't have told me to leave them. You demanded that, Lo. That was your decision. That was your decision. That was your decision. You told me to leave the dogs. I even told you call your mom on three-way because I was like, this is weird. I said call your mom on three-way. This is weird.
You heard what I said, right? Die. Get hit by a semi-truck. My dog didn't deserve that. Period.
And I didn't deserve having to be brought out there for all that. That was bullshit. You left me there with no food for those dogs. You know that. No means for those dogs.
Especially not Poppy. Now he up in motherfucking surgery, you dumb bitch.
He's not in surgery.
Again. And once I go live now, drop your whole family. Tell me my dog ain't in surgery.
What's he in surgery for? What's he in surgery for?
About my motherfucking dog. I was just lost so they can hear it. Said he will be in surgery. And I cannot see him until tomorrow.
And that's because you have to get him fixed, right? That's what somebody told me.
Like I said.
That's not surgery.
Why you calling my motherfucking dog, bitch?
Because you're lying on me. Because I spent $500 to get home. Because I tried to help you out and ended up being way out of pocket. That's crazy.
I dare you to come up in my life on another fufu and talk about a YouTube again, bitch. I promise you I'm gonna give you what you're looking for.
I didn't come into your life on no fufu.
This ain't no
I did not come into your life on a fufu.
I'm gonna give you what you're looking for.
I did not come to your live on no fufu.
Here's another one. Here's the picture of the dog after it got out. There you go. In the North Las Vegas Animal Control. There is the photo, in case you were all wondering, of the dog.
Yeah, I only spent a little bit of time with Poppy, but I can tell you he was really pissed off in that picture.
I mean, that's them when they got him, right?
I'm assuming. She sent me that from, I guess, the listing because he's on file now.
Now, let's fast forward here. Also, you are up on Madame Lowe's board. If we look right here, you are up on Madame Lowe's board. If we look at you right here, you are, let's see, right here, Mr. Bob, you have 89,956 beans that you sent her, and she has only sent you 36,000. So that's about a 5 dragon difference between each other. And she said her page was...
She claimed 21 bad bitch stole her, banned her page, and like everything was on there. She had no access.
Okay. And hold up, are these more videos of you and her?
Yes, these are calls.
Okay, this is another call.
Those conditions.
Atlantic, my ass.
You were.
You knew before you came here that you had to get a rental card. You knew before you came here that you were to watch the dogs. You knew before you came here. Never once did I say it was going to be acceptable for any of my dogs to be lost. You lost my dog.
I did not mean
I
did not. You know I would never want that. If I didn't care, I wouldn't even have tried to groom him or do none of that stuff.
You're weird. You don't care.
I do care. But I told you. Oh, will you please hear me out? Will you please? I do care about you.
And where's the 177 for my dog's surgery? Where is it?
So she wants you here to pay 177 for her dog's surgery.
Yes. Yeah. And you know, the thing is like, because I don't know, I'm a type of person, I do care about people. So like, in general, like, I do care about her welfare. Like, I don't want her to like, you know what I'm saying, be a statistic. Because like I'm part of the trans community too. Like, even though like every time they say tranny, they think about trans women, but at the end of the day, like there's trans men in the community as well. And like we care about our trans sisters. And, like I didn't know how to look at Lo. And like, I did spend some time with her, but at the end of the day, like, you know, I told her I wanted to be her friend. And like,
Yeah.
so she could have a friend,
Oh,
a real friend.
oh.
And like, she decided to like talk about my children. Like, even though my children are in college, like, still, like, that's as a parent, especially, I'm lucky to have children. I'm lucky to have raised children as a trans man. And, like, that, you don't talk about somebody's kids. Like, and I even talked to my kids about this, and they were like, get her, dad.
Well, let me tell you something. Once the Beagle community knows that you're not supposed to have dogs and you got 13 of them, and there's some photos in there and things of that nature, then let go and let God. Because
That
she
part.
gonna have to get up. She might have to get up and move to another location in the next 24 hours because these motherfuckers is gonna be. um,
And the thing is
so
like obviously have her address, and I'm not that kind of person. I'm not gonna like leak her address. I'm not gonna do all that kind of stuff. You know
can
what
I
I'm
ask
saying? But
you? That's fine. Can I ask you what state? So she's in Vegas though.
she is in Vegas.
Okay, is there a certain like part of Vegas, north, south, west, east,
I mean, I'll just give you North, but that's that.
north? North. Okay. Okay. Oh, they already got it. Oop. Okay. North Vegas. Well, I will say. I damn. They already. Well, I will say this. This man did this to clear his name, to let it be known, and just to basically have a clean slate, and so everyone can understand. And I think from this, I mean, we can see here that well, I would ask Lo. I don't know if she would come over here. I don't think she would. What proof does she have that you lost her dog? Because she did tell you to leave. The dogs were there, and then one of the dogs did get out. Do you possibly know when you left? Were there any dogs roaming free?
Well, instead of putting them like, because like there was a schedule, so I had just let the garage dogs outside. So with that, like she told me to leave. So what am I supposed to do? Like get the dogs back in, do this, do that. She keeps them in the garage. It was so hot. And
Well, she
like
told you.
honestly,
So it was still hot in the garage, inhumane as you would say.
in my opinion, it would be inhumane. And there was like
And
actual she has covering in the backyard, and I left water dripping because I think I have a recording of her saying I wasted her water by leaving it dripping.
for the
But I
dogs to
left
drink
water
from.
dripping for the dogs
So
to drink.
your view here, your statement is, why would I stay and kennel and take care of all of the dogs in the house and make sure when you are threatening my life, saying you're gonna have someone come beat me up, saying you're gonna have someone
Yeah.
come to the house and whoop me because I'm not getting a U-Haul to put 13 dogs in 110-degree weather so that your landlord, who doesn't know that you have 13 dogs because it's illegal to have them there, does not catch you in your house with no furniture and take them to the dog park that you want me to pay for, which was not agreed upon, which is also inhumane after the garage that you almost threw up cleaning with feces and poop all around the floor, brown piss and poop all around the floor and things of that nature. So you're saying, why would you stay and take care of and make sure everything's corded and put together when someone's threatening your life because of that? Is what you're saying?
Mm.
So
Why
you
would
did
you?
what anyone would. You did what anyone would do, which is left. Was there in closing? Was there a sofa? And I know you said there was two beds on one bed on the floor, and all there was a sitting chair for you to sit on. There was no sofa. There was no other chairs. It
No,
was
there
just
wasn't a
the,
sitting chair. It was her broadcasting chair.
yeah. I showed the video, Stone. Yeah, I showed the videos. I showed the videos. I showed the text messages. We'll look at them one more time.
There was her broadcasting chair, her desk, like a little bag of coke. She was supposed to have like weed
Wait, you said
there. Like,
bag of where? What are you talking about? Bag of what?
yeah, there was like a bag of coke just sitting there.
All right, so when we look here, Lord, so when we look here, we see the boxes there. Okay, we see those dogs out. We see these dogs, and right here, if we zoom in, we see that there's shit on the floor. That's not a mouse. That's shit. And then if you look down there, there's more shit at the bottom. There's piss. This is the one of the parts where he said he had to clean up all around because there's a lot of shit and piss, and there was a smell with air fresheners on the wall. And then we go here and we look at the rest of the indoor.
Well, that's because I
There,
cleaned
there,
it up, Adam Navy.
yeah, yeah.
This was already a
That's
pre-clean.
this is the bed
That's
that he
why.
made because
Okay.
in the spare bedroom he had to build that bed, and then this is the kitchen with all the boxes here, all the boxes right there on the
I had already
floor.
stacked. I had broke all those boxes down and stacked them up over there.
This is the kitchen with some of that, and that was it. And there was no furniture. According to you, no furniture. There was shit and piss everywhere. He almost threw up a few times while trying to clean up in the garage where it was very hot and inhumane for all 13 dogs. So no food as well at the end. So you are the reason why Liz got the emergency phone call and had to come and take all of those dogs. And you are the reason why when I asked Liz where Poppy is, she said she cannot say, but she was taking care of the rest of those dogs at the moment because Madame Lowe threatened to get you beat up and had you leave and all those things happen. So now we can put the pieces together. Okay. All right.
But Liz
Wow.
came 24 hours after I left. So I don't understand why she didn't have somebody come sooner with such small dogs.
So she came a day
That
after.
was my main concern. That's why I did what I did
So
and
the
left
dogs could
dogs
have,
with
the dogs could have,
water.
what you're saying is the dogs, you're saying the dogs could have died in that 24 hours because of the inhumane environment that they were in. And if you weren't there to
Yeah,
clean up the shit and piss and all that stuff like that and have the water dripping so they had something, some of them might have died.
yeah, because it was hot in Vegas that day.
Wow. Okay. Do you have anything you would like to say in closing?
Like I don't have anything against her. I just hope that like she really like focuses on just doing better and getting better and becoming a better person. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, like you can't just drag everybody because like she kept calling me a bigo name, and like I'm actually like much more. So like I don't depend on Bigo. I use Bigo for entertainment purposes only. Um, and yeah, I guess
Okay.
that's about that.
Well, can you
And
tell?
follow me
Well, yeah.
back.
I mean, a lot of people want to follow you now. You know what I'm saying, and check you out. So, can you tell people before we end in closing because he does puppetry as well? Can you tell people where to follow you? Is it this page or the puppet page? And tell people really quickly what you do, just for people to get
I
a
go back and forth with my puppet page. I'll just switch it back and forth on this page because like I've been in like slave to my like agent. I need a new family though, so because I got like
join mine.
booted.
Come on,
All
join
right,
mine.
what's up? Okay, cool.
All right.
Got you.
Well, thank you, Rude Boy, and we appreciate you. They said, "What's your other page name?" so that we can follow.
This is pretty much it. The other ones are trolling pages, so you probably won't even know it's me.
All right. Well, thank you
Okay.
so much, Rude Boy, and we look forward to seeing you.
Mm,
I'm sorry that that happened to you, but I hope
no, it's all
I hope you stay protected, your kids stay protected, and I hope Madame. She's over there screaming right now, going batshit crazy. So mission accomplished.
right. Yo,
She's going
all
nuts right
right.
now.
Well, I'm sorry. And
No.
I was not with her like sexually.
Hmm.
We did cuddle, like, but we had no kind of sexual like contact because like I'm a top. I'm still like a stud in heart. So
Hmm.
you know what I mean. And yeah. So I'm gonna click your badge. Thank you for
Yeah, of course.
giving me this platform right now.
Of course, of course. Well,
Yes,
thank you,
sir.
and we
Mhm.
look forward to seeing your family. I'm going to switch over so I can let the people come on up and say their opinion. Thank you.